نحن هنود
इंडिया
माँ हिंदी हस्ती
हिंदियान
सलाम हिंदुस्तान
We are India.
Namaskar. Diwali, the festival of lights, is almost here and we've all started preparations for it. A festival that goes beyond cultures and religions. Diwali marks the triumph of good over evil and light over darkness. And as we speak, a record 1.2 million lamps have been lit on the eve of Diwali Deepotsav in Ayodhya. So as we soak in the festive vibes, we at DD India will keep you up to speed with all the latest news here in our program, Express News. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let us begin. Immediately after returning from his visit to Italy and Glasgow, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a review meeting with districts having low vaccination coverage in the country. The meeting included districts with less than 50% coverage of the first dose and those ones with low coverage of the second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. The district magistrates gave an account of the issues and challenges being faced in their districts, which has resulted in low vaccination coverage. The district magistrates highlighted issues of rumours resulting in vaccine hesitancy, difficult terrain, challenges created due to prevailing weather conditions in recent months. The Prime Minister asked the officials to change gears from arrangements made for taking people to vaccination centre and for safe vaccination to administering vaccines from door to door. The Prime Minister cautioned that while knocking on every house, equal attention must be paid to the second dose as well, along with the first dose. The Prime Minister called for bringing in new innovative methods to enhancing the net and increasing the vaccination score. The Prime Minister also warned against rumours and urged officials and chief ministers to make every effort possible to dispel vaccine hesitancy, including taking help from the religious leaders. Prime Minister Narendra Modi returned to New Delhi after a successful 5-day visit to Italy and Britain, having attended the G20 and COP26 summits. The Union Health Ministry has rushed high-level teams to 9 states and UTs reporting high caseload of dengue to support them in public health measures for control and management of dengue in these states. The Union Health Minister had directed the Health Ministry to extend help to all states' UTs having a high incidence of dengue cases. A total of 1,16,991 dengue cases are being reported by states and UTs across the country. A total of 15 states' UTs are reporting their maximum cases in the current year. These states contribute 86% of the country's total dengue cases till 31st of October. In view of this, central teams comprising of experts from the National Vector-Borne Disease Control Programme (NCDC) and regional offices have been sent to 9 states' UTs that are reporting more cases in October compared to September. The Defence Acquisition Council (DAC) under the chairmanship of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh accorded acceptance of necessity for capital acquisition proposals for modernisation and operational needs of the armed forces amounting to 7,965 crore rupees. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Kedarnath, one of the famous 4 Hindu shrines in Uttarakhand, on Friday, November 5th. Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate Shri Adi Shankaracharya Samadhi and unveil the statue of Shri Adi Shankaracharya there. On the occasion of Dhanteras yesterday, Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah launched the Ayushman CAPF scheme health cards at the national level in New Delhi. The Home Minister launched the scheme by handing over the Ayushman card to the personnel. Ahead of Deepavali tomorrow, 12 lakh earthen lamps have been lit on the banks of Ram Ki Pedi and 3 lakh lamps in parts of the temple town to celebrate Deepotsav. The Deepotsav was followed by a stunning laser show. On to business news now. The 30-share Sensex on Wednesday declined 257 points to end at 59,772. The 50-share Nifty fell 60 points to end at 17,829. At the MCX, gold prices on Wednesday declined 297 rupees to end at 47,325 rupees per 10 grams. Silver prices were marginally down by 23 rupees to end at 63,200 rupees per kilo. The Indian rupee surged 22 paise to close at 74 rupees 46 paise against the US dollar. Crude oil was trading 2.08% or 130 rupees lower to end at 6,123 rupees per barrel. After touching record highs across the country, the fuel prices remained unchanged on Wednesday. Petrol is being sold at an all-time high of 110 rupees 4 paise per litre in Delhi. Diesel prices also remained unchanged on Wednesday. Diesel is being sold at 98 rupees 42 paise a litre in the national capital. The Bureau of Indian Standards has urged consumers to buy only hallmark jewellery from the Bureau of Indian Standards BIS registered jewellers on this festive season. With effect from 23rd June this year, hallmarking has been made mandatory in 256 districts of the country for 14, 18 and 22 carats of gold jewellery and artifacts. These 256 districts are those districts where there is at least one assaying and hallmarking centre. Consumers have been advised to check 6-digit alphanumeric code before buying jewellery and also insist on getting the bill for the jewellery purchased. The World Health Organization WHO has approved Bharat Biotech's Covaxin for emergency use. A World Health Organization technical committee has given emergency approval to the vaccine. It is the second indigenous vaccine of India to get an EUL from WHO. With the administration of 41,16,230 vaccine doses in the last 24 hours, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has exceeded 107 crore 29 lakh till 7 this morning. The recovery of 14,159 patients in the last 24 hours has increased the cumulative tally of recovered patients to 3 crore 36 lakh 97,740. Less than 50,000 daily new cases are being reported for 129 consecutive days now. 11,903 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. The active caseload is presently at 1,51,209. It is the lowest in 252 days. The active cases presently constitute 0.44% of the country's total positive cases, which is the lowest since March last year. The testing capacity across the country continues to be expanded. The last 24 hours saw a total of 10,68,514 tests being conducted. So India has so far conducted over 61 crore 12 lakh cumulative COVID-19 tests. While testing capacity has been enhanced across the country, weekly positivity rate at 1.18% remains less than 2% for the last 40 days now. The daily positivity rate reported to be below 11%. The daily positivity rate has remained below 2% for the last 30 days and below 3% for 65 consecutive days now. COVID-19 continues to batter the world, with the number of cases now rising in several countries, including Russia and China. So far, the virus has infected more than 24 crore 83 lakh people worldwide. The number of recoveries from COVID-19 has crossed 22 crore 50 lakh worldwide, while the fatalities stand above 50 lakh 279,000. The USA remains the worst affected nation with higher number of cases and death toll. The country has over 4 crore 69 lakh cases and has lost more than 7 lakh 68,000 lives so far due to COVID-19. The Dutch government on Tuesday decided to reimpose measures, including the wearing of face masks, aimed at slowing the latest spike in COVID-19 infections, as per Netherlands Prime Minister Mark Rutte. In the Netherlands, the use of a corona pass showing proof of a COVID-19 vaccination or recent negative coronavirus test would be broadened as of November 6 to public places, including museums, gyms and outdoor terraces. German Air Force Med-Evac plane landed in Romania on Tuesday to begin intensive care treatment on patients with severe COVID-19. In Romania, daily COVID-19 inoculation numbers have reached pandemic highs this month as citizens and politicians alike respond to dramatic death rates and newly enforced restrictions. Bangkok's once bustling Khao San Road has been a shadow of its former self since the arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic last year. But business owners are hoping that Thailand will soon reopen its doors to tourism this week and restore its buzz. The US and the EU have announced a global partnership to cut emissions of greenhouse gas methane by 2030. EU Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen and US President Joe Biden made the announcement at the COP26 summit on Tuesday. The global methane pledge aims to limit methane emissions by 30% compared with 2020 levels. US President Joe Biden on Tuesday said that the pledges made over a two-day leaders summit at the UN climate conference were an example of the type of ambition needed in the future. Leaders at the COP26 Global Climate Conference pledged on Tuesday to stop deforestation by the end of the decade and cut emissions of the potent greenhouse gas methane to help slow climate change. US President Biden chided Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russia's Vladimir Putin for their decision not to attend COP26 summit in person. Meanwhile, China said she had not been given an opportunity to deliver a video address and had to send a written response instead. Greenland's government said on Tuesday it has taken the first step towards joining the Paris Agreement on climate and aims to develop the Arctic island's vast hydropower potential. The government has banned future oil and gas exploration and pledged to halt development of a large rare earth deposit in the south of the country, although that decision must still be ratified by its national parliament. Many places around the world have started witnessing chilly weather. In Bolivia, a strong hailstorm hit Taija, causing floods and damage across the southern Bolivian city. Hail reached as high as 1.5 meters in some places, heavily affecting private residences and businesses near Taija's commercial area. Local authorities worked non-stop to help those affected by the storm. The mayor's office reported the collection of 5,000 tons of ice sheets from the streets. Crops around the area were reported as complete losses due to heavy rains. In Colombia, at least 12 people have died in Malama after several houses collapsed under a landslide. The landslide was caused by heavy rains in the rural town of Narino municipality. 2 homes were destroyed in the tragedy. Municipal authorities reported 11 people were rescued alive in the rubble of the landslide being reported from Colombia, 2 of which are in a critical condition and are receiving medical assistance. Rescue teams are sorting through the rubble in the search, with an unidentified number of people still being unaccounted for. Meanwhile, an earthquake of magnitude 5.9 rocked Chilean city of Vechubara on Wednesday. According to the European Mediterranean Seismological Center, the quake was at a depth of 112 kilometers. No damage or casualties have been reported so far. The search for a missing 4-year-old girl finally came to an end in Australia. CLEO Smith was rescued on Wednesday after police broke into a house in Carnarvon and found the girl alive and well in one of the rooms. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said that the nightmare has finally come to an end. He told media how thankful he was that the 4-year-old CLEO Smith, who went missing from an Australian outback campsite more than 2 weeks ago, was found well in a locked house. An Australian police officer recounted the moment he and 3 other officers rescued CLEO. Western Australia Police Detective Senior Sergeant Cameron Blaine called the moment fantastic and said that the girl was physically fine. Republican Glenn Youngkin has won the Virginia governor's election. Youngkin, who surged in the polls in the campaign's final weeks, beat former governor Terry McAuliffe. The New York's iconic World Trade Center will showcase a spectacular digital mural with fireworks over the Hudson River for an amazing 3-day all-American Diwali celebration for the first time in history. Cross Tower, a leading crypto exchange with presence both in the US and India, has partnered with the South Asian Engagement Forum for the event from November 2nd that will run through November 4th. Combining the American tradition of viewing fireworks with the Indian festival of lights Diwali, a fireworks display took place in the Hudson and was available via live stream on November 3rd. That's today from 5 this morning onwards. With climate change and climate protection on every leader's mind right now, veteran American film actor and singer-songwriter Paul Hampton has issued a musical plea to the heads of state in Glasgow in the form of a new song and video. Paul Hampton's latest work, Heal Us All, is a heartfelt plea to the world leaders gathered in Glasgow for the crucial United Nations climate talks. Heal Us All was played outside a church not far from the climate talks venue on the banks of Clyde with the Glasgow Youth Choir. Meet the Crypto Cubans Social Club. This group of artists in Cuba announced a new spin on the fast expanding world of crypto art for online collectors. Their plan is to sell a series of 1,492 online portraits in December of the Cubans that together make up the Crypto Cuban Social Club. The goal of these unique portraits is a nod to the year 1492, the year when Christopher Columbus first set foot on the island. 16-month-old Cameroonian twins who were born conjoined at the spine and the hips were separated after undergoing a 27-hour-long surgery in Turkey. Doctors said the girls, Mary, has begun to sing and crawl after surgery, and Elizabeth has begun to dance and speak. Conjoined twins Mary and Elizabeth were brought to Turkey for surgery when they were 9 months old. After 7 months of research and preparation, the babies were separated in a successful surgery that was planned on 3D models. Russian royal jewels smuggled out of the country during the 1917 revolution and rare-colored diamonds are on offer at an auction next week in Geneva. The auction will look for deep-pocketed collectors emerging after the pandemic. An orange-pink diamond weighing 25.62 carats, estimated at $3.94 million to $5.9 million, set in a ring, is the star lot at its semi-annual jewelry sales in the Swiss city on November the 10th. A pair of flawless white diamond earrings, each with a suspended square-cut stone weighing 25.88 carats, is expected to fetch some 4.1 million to 5 million Swiss francs. French fashion house Chanel took its 2021-22 cruise line on the road, presenting the mainly monochrome collection to a new audience in Dubai. The catwalk show held in the Dubai Creek Harbour was a replica of Chanel's original cruise collection presentation, which was held in the south of France in May. The Qinling Giant Panda Research Center in northwest China's Shanxi province bred 5 giant panda cubs during this year's breeding season, recording a new high birth rate of the rare animals. Well, the 5 cubs are in a good physical condition under the meticulous care of the staff at the research center, which has made efforts to overcome key technical problems in breeding and disease controlling for years now. On to some sporting action now. So after losing their crucial matches against Pakistan and New Zealand, Team India will be now up against Team Afghanistan in their third Group B match of the ongoing T20 Cricket World Cup. In this match against Afghanistan, India would look forward to open their winning account at the tournament. The Sports Ministry has released the list of the players who will receive the prestigious National Sports Awards. 12 players are to receive the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, while 35 players have been selected to receive the prestigious Arjuna Award. After beating Shakhtar at their home turf in the previous meeting of the UEFA Champions League, Real Madrid will be up against Shakhtar tonight. The visitors will look to extend their 3-match winning streak in this match. AC Milan will be desperate to get their first win of the 2021-22 UEFA Champions League when they face FC Porto at San Siro on Wednesday. While Milan have won 10 out of the 12 games in their league, their ventures in Europe have not gone as per plan so far, as they have suffered 3 defeats in a row. Liverpool will be up against Atletico Madrid in yet another interesting encounter of the day. The Reds' boss has confirmed that the Spaniard is in contention to feature in the club's latest Champions League group stage fixture. In yet another match, Man City will be up against Club Brugge. Following their disappointment in the Premier League, Manchester City will look to get back to the winning track when they host Club Brugge for their next engagement of the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona interim coach Sergi Barjuan said that Tuesday's 1-0 win over Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League can be a turning point for the club. He said that in the end you have to put in the hard work, and when you have this opportunity, you need to take advantage of it. Norwegian football manager and now Man United coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer compared Cristiano Ronaldo's talismanic influence at the Manchester United to NBA legend Michael Jordan after he scored twice to salvage a 2-2 draw at Atlanta on Tuesday. Robert Lewandowski marked his 100th Champions League appearance with a hat-trick as Bayern Munich beat Benfica 5-2 to reach the knockout stages. Lewandowski headed in Kingsley Coman's cross and then set up Serge Gnabry's back heel finish. And reigning champions Chelsea moved closer to the last 16 of the Champions League with a hard-fought win 1-0 over Malmo in Sweden. Blues went ahead when Hakim Ziyech converted at the back post following an excellent cross from Callum Hudson-Odoi. In entertainment news coming in now, Bollywood actor Kartik Aaryan and Kriti Sanon have completed first schedule of their upcoming movie Shehzada in Mumbai. Ahead of the release of Suryavanshi, the makers have unveiled the Punjabi song Na Ja from the film. The release date for Adivi Sesh starrer Major is finally out. It will arrive in theatres on February 11th next year. Filmmaker Sudhir Mishra has joined hands with producer Anubhav Sinha to come up with a film that will star both Indian and international actors. In Hollywood, actor Amy Garcia has signed in to star in an untitled holiday rom-com that Gabriella Tagliavini will be directing for Netflix. Actor Jenna Devan has been promoted to play her role as Bailey Noon for the current 4th season of the ABC cop drama The Rookie. Aquaman star Jason Momoa recently shared that he tested positive for COVID-19 right after the London premiere of Dune. Hollywood stars Robert Downey Jr. and Matt Damon have joined the cast of Christopher Nolan's upcoming Second World War epic Oppenheimer, a film about the development of the atomic bomb. American actress KRISTEN Stewart has been engaged to her partner for 2 years now, actress and writer Dylan Mayer. And Dexter, one of America's best-known TV serial killers, returns in new series titled Dexter First Blood, only this time living under an assumed name in upstate New York, far from its original hunting ground in Miami, Florida. So that's it in this edition of Express News. But before we bid adieu to you, we urge you to celebrate the festival of Diwali with caution and responsibility. We all know COVID-19 is still around. Wear your masks whenever you go out. Sanitize your hands whenever you visit your near and dear ones, and when they visit you. From all of us here, have a safe and prosperous Diwali. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.